What's up, guys? This is Crypto James talking to you today about Moonriver. I spoke about Moonbeam yesterday. I wanted to speak about Moonriver because fundamentally it's a very similar premise. I think there's an immense amount of potential with Moonriver, and I think it's fundamentally undervalued even right now, and has probably still got room to drop. If you get a decent entry point lower than what it is right now, could be a lot of money to be made here. So you guys are going to want to pay attention to this. Before I get into it, if you're new to the channel, I updated the spreadsheet. Now, these are the first 26 coins that I spoke about on the channel. They're the first 26 coins I held. Had you invested $100 into each of these when I released videos about them and you were still holding them, you've done the worst possible thing, never sold and just held all the way down, you'd still be in profit for 8K. That's profit. But if you'd done the right thing, if you'd have bought them and then sold them last year when the markets flew rampantly, you would have made 123 grand. That's the difference between the bear cycle and the bull cycle. Now, these are not the coins I own anymore. If you want to see the coins I own, come check out Copy My Crypto. The link is in the description. It's where I share every coin I buy and sell. Obviously, we're in a bear cycle, so I'm not selling. I'm looking at buying and building the positions I've already got, adding to them, as well as bringing in a few other cryptos that I think have the potential to do 100x. Like I said with Phantom, I did one Udemy course my entire life, and it was about Phantom. Said this is the best investment of the year. It's going to 100x. It did 677. So if you put $1,000 in, you'd have been able to buy a kick-ass house. If you'd have put $2,000 in, you'd have been a millionaire. And when I find the next coin that I think can do that, I'm not going to do a Udemy course. I'm going to go onto the site and tell the members. So if you want to get ahead of the markets, you want to get ahead of the curve, go to the site, read through it, and if you like it, come join me there. Moonriver. Right, let's get into Moonriver. Now, Moonriver is a smart contract platform for Kusama. So it's a smart contract parachain on Kusama. Similar premise to Moonbeam. Okay, it's the companion network of Moonbeam. So let's run through. So smart contracts, if people are unfamiliar, look, a smart contract is effectively a set of parameters that when they are triggered, the smart contract kicks in. So a really basic example is you've ordered a takeaway, right? They've said they'll deliver it in under 30 minutes. So you put the money, a smart contract could be made about that. You put the money into escrow, they deliver your food. If they deliver it in under 30 minutes, the smart contract is triggered and the funds are given to the takeaway. And then, but if they're after 30 minutes, the funds in escrow are returned to yourself. That's effectively what a smart contract is, in obviously a very simplified version. So Moonriver is a parachain of Kusama. Now I went through what Polkadot is multiple times. Polkadot, Kusama. Kusama is the parachain of Polkadot. Polkadot, the whole premise of Polkadot is interoperability and scalability. Interoperability simply means they want all blockchains to be able to connect. They have created their system for scalability. So the premise is that obviously you've got Polkadot as the key chain. Then you've got Kusama as a parachain of Polkadot, and what Kusama does is effectively the test net, not test net, but the experimental network. So any new innovations that are going to get tried are tried on Kusama. They're tried on the parachains that are on Kusama. So again, we've got one big chain of Polkadot. Then we've got Kusama as a spin-off, as a parachain of Polkadot. And then we've got chains coming down. So each network each chain does something different. And that means that it's not all going through a singular point where we see singular points of failure or congestion within blockchains consistently. That's always been a problem. And the premise behind the way Polkadot have created the infrastructure is so that you don't have those issues. Now, Moonriver is basically the experimental version of Moonbeam. Anything that Moonbeam do is going to be tried with Moonriver first. So anything that arrives on Kusama, anything that Moonriver do obviously is built upon Kusama. So they've got the same setup as Moonbeam, right? So Moonriver is the utility token that functions the ecosystem. So so the Mover token is central to the design of Moonriver. It supports the gas metering of the smart contract executions. It incentivizes collators and powers the mechanics around creation of the node infrastructure, and it facilitates on-chain governance, as well as paying, obviously, the transaction fees within the network. Now, again, Moonriver, Moonbeam both won massive amounts of Web3 grants. Web3 Foundation was created, and Polkadot was their flagship product. Moonbeam, and the Web3 Foundation give grants to the projects that they believe have immense potential. Moonbeam and Moonriver, the collective, effectively won multiple grants for very good reasons. It's a very, very strong project. So Moonriver is obviously the sister companion of Moonbeam. As I've said, it's the experimental one. So any crazy good innovations are that the team believe that they've built, they are tested on Moonriver first. If they work well, you have the opportunity to get access to those quality innovations on Moonriver first. They will eventually end up on Moonbeam if they work. If they don't, they won't end up on Moonbeam. And that's the premise. So Moonriver is almost the experimental phase, but it's considered to be the fast-paced younger sister to Moonbeam, because obviously they launched earlier. They have the experimental phase of it, so they launched dApps constantly before migrating them onto Moonbeam. It's the on-ramp for Kusama. Moonriver is obviously, again, the same as Moonbeam, completely Ethereum compatible, very, very easy, very, very simple for any developer out there to use and build upon, because it's got a fully EVM setup. Now, Moonriver long term is outstanding, and you'll see by the price and what my beliefs about it based upon the title, right? Now, when we take a look at Moonriver, okay, Moonriver hit its heights very early on before retracing. So $400 seems achievable. Bear in mind, there's about half the tokens out. So the other 5 million or so have to come out this year. Oh, sorry, over the next 2 years, because the contract that they've got, the parachain slot, is 2-year slot. So they're going to have to release the total supply over the course of the next couple of years. So probably prior to another crazy bull cycle. So that means all the tokens will be out. I still believe it can hit $400. I still believe it can rally really well, because even at $400, that basically puts it at a market cap of, 4 billion. That's achievable. That is genuinely achievable for a project that is outstanding. Also, because of the fact that they are the experimenters, they are the innovators. If they get any of those innovations right, Moonriver rallies. Moonbeam will rally in accordance, because obviously those innovations will end up on Moonbeam. But it's a genius premise, and it's a good idea to have a test network effectively, because when things go right, Moonriver, Moonriver is going to rally accordingly. And it also forecasts effectively that Moonbeam will rally, because if those innovations work really well on Moonriver, they're going to work on Moonbeam, and as a result, Moonriver's got a second benefit, which is that it effectively tells you that Moonbeam is going to have a good run when the innovations that were trialed on Moonriver arrive there. There's a second benefit to playing around with Moonriver. And 4 billion doesn't actually feel like a lot for Moonriver, because smart contract platforms are going to rally again. Of course they are. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification as well, so you know when new content is coming out. And guys, if you want to see the coins I own, come check out MOVR Crypto. The link's in the description, where I share everything I'm doing. Every coin I buy, every coin I sell. If you want to make these profits, these 42x's, 61, 52, 62, or 677, You want to make those gains, go read the site. I said it before, Phantom, I did a whole Udemy course for that. I won't do that again. I will simply, when I find the coin that I believe can do that kind of run, I'm going to just get on the site and tell the members. So if you want to be ahead of everyone else in these markets, if you want to make those gains that can be life-changing, get onto the site, read through it, and if you like it, come join me. Take it easy.